Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Callie, and today we're going to be talking about mindset exercises for helping self-discipline. And by the end of this video, you have a foolproof method that you can use to stop yourself from getting off the wagon or falling off the wagon and staying on the wagon, so you could actually achieve and start achieving your goals faster and sooner. For the best relationship, mindset, and lifestyle advices, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you can be notified of my new video every Wednesday. I've helped so many of my clients gain the self-discipline to get back on track, and all my clients are on track, working on the goals that are working on, and now achieving great heights. And now you can have them too and put them into practice. Let's start now. So let's get right into it. Now, tip number one. Tip number one is about importance. How important is your goal to you, right? If it's not your priority, if it's not really that important to you, if it's not your goal, the chance of you actually falling off the wagon and achieving this goal is quite little, because it's not that important. And when something is really important to you, you'll make it priority to make sure you actually achieve it. And when it's that important to you, it will bring up emotions. It will make you feel, fulfillment. It will have you feel energized. It will make you feel this boost of energy because it's something you want so much. So how important is this goal to you? How much do you want to achieve it? And if it is something important to you, write it down and make it priority in your life, that this is something that I want, this is how I feel about it, and nothing's going to be in my way to get it. So putting that down as important and writing that down, this is important, what is it that is important, how do I feel about it, and when do I want to achieve it by? So tip number two is setting yourself up for success. Right? Like, if you knew that you had to get up at a certain time, if you knew you had to do a certain thing, it's about making sure you actually go and doing the things that you set out to do. And start out baby steps. Start out with smaller steps. Simple as making sure you prep your meal the night before, making sure you can prep your meal on Sundays and having enough meals for every day. Right? Making sure you set up, making sure you have, bookings all made. You're making sure, like, setting yourself up for success, right? And planning everything. So when a time does come, you already have it organized and planned for yourself, right? An easy thing is to write it out on a calendar or a journal, or also on your phone to set a reminder. Okay, I need to prep, or I need to make this appointment, or I need to, be here at this time, and setting yourself up for success. And what I normally do to set me up for success is I normally have daily routines that I often do. And these are the things that set me up for success, knowing that every morning I get to put myself first and do things that make me happy first. And then I set out things that I need to do for the rest of the day. And setting yourself up for success would lead you in being more disciplined and getting in the routine of things, that this is what I got to do each day, and setting the routine where it becomes a habit. So then it's easier to you to stay on track, because it's an automatic response or activity that you normally do. So tip number three is about changing your habits and changing the way you do something. When you change the way you do something, you change the direction that you are going. And scientifically, they say it takes almost 2 months for a new habit to be ingrained in you, right? So keep activating and keep using those new habits in you. So what can you do? What would bring you closer to achieving your goal and making you more disciplined? And at first it may be a challenge. However, the more often you do it, the better and automated it becomes. And sometimes what you got to do is just let go of the emotions. I know Mel Robbins would say the 5-second rule, and just get up and do it, right? You got to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, go do it. After that, your emotions, your self-talk, your doubts, your feelings will come in and be like, oh, I'll do it later. Or, I can do it tomorrow. Oh, I don't feel like it. However, the reason or the rationale, like rations, or the reasons why we give ourselves, to not do something just comes in a matter of seconds. So what you got to do is just get up and do it, right? And get up and just change it, you know. And if you're interested, I've got Mel Robbins' book in the description below, and just click on the link and you can download it, but you can get it anywhere. And it's called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins, and it's a very good book. So you continue to read it. It will change the way you move, because some of the things that I do now, especially some of the difficult things, I use that method to get me up and going very fast and instantly and getting things done. So comment below and tell me what has stopped you from being disciplined from your current situation at the moment, you know. And by putting your comment below is acknowledging that this is what's happening and I need to change it, and letting me know and everyone else in this world know that yes, I need to do it, and I'm putting my hand up and it's okay, because I need to get back onto the wagon and this is what I'm going to do. So comment below and tell me, you know, what are you lacking in discipline in, and we can move forward together. And tip number 4 is about self-love, right? When you get to a point when you love yourself so much, I'm not talking about being selfish or selfless. I'm talking about putting yourself first. And when you put yourself first, that's the most important thing. You know, when you it's like the oxygen mask theory. When you put yourself first, making sure you're okay, all your needs are met, and in turn, because of that, you benefit all the other people, because you're breathing properly. You have enough happiness. You have enough energy to help the people that you need to help, or contribute the way you want to contribute. When you don't have enough for yourself, when you don't have energy, when you don't feel right, you don't feel happy, then how do you actually expect yourself to help others? And what I mean by self-love is, you know, when you love yourself so much, you will put your priorities first, right? And I'm talking about making sure you're healthy, making sure you got enough finance and money for yourself, making sure that all your needs are met. So when you're fulfilled and when you have enough to make you feel fulfilled and happy, that you have enough to give to others, and more as well, because your cup or your bucket of love is so full that it's overflowing, that you can share it with everyone else, and that benefits you and benefits the other person as well. And when it comes down to self-love, when you love yourself so much, you will do the things. You will know that you should, you know, you're not going to eat that bar of chocolate, you know, when you're on a special diet where it restricts you from that. You know that when it's that important to you, that you love yourself so much, that you will definitely make those things that you promised yourself to happen. You know, you will make sure the goal you set out will happen, because you love yourself so much that, you know what, I'm going to let myself have the goals and achieve the dreams and be where I want to be, because I deserve it. I'm worthy of this, and I'm going to have it. Right? So you set yourself up. And how do you get more self-love? Is start putting yourself first, right? You know, what you want, you know, that nice dress, or that nice fitness that you wanted, or that, you know, putting yourself first, whatever your goals and dreams are, putting yourself first and say, I'm going to achieve this, and I'm worthy and deserving of it. And what I notice is, what you have to do is really reflect within yourself to find out where you're lacking, that you're not allowing more love to come in, and sometimes because you feel like you're not deserving or worthy. So I've got this section about journaling, you know, being able to sit down and journal, and I've got this video on journaling that you can find in the description below or in here, and then you can read up on, okay, how do I express myself, how do I find a solution to myself, and then go forward from there. And I also have programs that can help people get deeper into their heart, you know, finding more self-love and solving the inner, deeper emotions and triggers that they have within themselves, so you can be free and you can move forward in life, you know, putting yourself first and finding your worthiness and deservingness, so you can move forward into the direction and give back to the people that are really important to you. So tip number 5. Tip number 5 is actually mapping it out and knowing exactly what you want to do and where you want to achieve. How do I get from A to B to C to D to my end goal? And that's very important, because sometimes when we have a goal that's overly too big, or I want to achieve a certain height, it can be quite overwhelming, and it can be quite daunting, to the point where we procrastinate, to the point where we fear, to the point where we don't even feel like we'll be able to achieve this, right? So what we're going to do is kind of map it out and break it down to smaller bites where we can actually achieve it. And when you start achieving the smaller goals, it actually builds more momentum, more courage, and more strength in you, knowing that you can actually achieve things. That helps you from falling off the wagon. And like Will Smith would say, you don't go out to build a wall, you lay a brick as perfectly as possible every single day, and eventually you will have a wall. And I love this quote because it helps me understand that, yes, it's bit by bit. You don't achieve it in one day. It takes time, it takes effort. As long as you go out and achieve the things that you want to achieve in that bite size, and knowing that you achieve it every single time, you are getting closer to your goal, and you're actually staying on the wagon and being disciplined that this is what I got to do this very day. This 1 or 2 things I got to do. This is what I got to do. And you stick to it, right? And then eventually you'll get to your goal, right? So putting all these steps together, making things important to your life, prioritizing them, loving yourself and allowing yourself to actually go achieve the things that make you happy, and also making sure you map it out and having bite size so you can actually achieve things and stop falling off the wagon and staying focused and disciplined. Now you have the exact steps that you need to do. And if you feel like, even after all these habits and trying all these different methods, you feel like there's more to your situation than you feel like people understand, then I have a 5-page guide in my description below about inner happiness, how to bring all the joy and happiness from the inside out. And actually going to achieve the things that you want to achieve, because it's more than just activities, it's more than just habits, it's actually from you, right? And it's in the description below, and how to find that and live that life that you always wanted. So check out all my other videos and stay tuned with me, because next week I'm going to be talking how to expand your mind and put it into a growth mindset, right? And now if you like this video, hit the bell, hit the notification, and also subscribe to my channel, and be sure to share this with your friends. And for now, have a great day, and I'll see you guys next week.